Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into one of the most intense and futuristic comparisons in modern air warfare. The F-35I Adir of Israel and the Su-57 Felon of Russia are two aircraft designed with completely different philosophies, political realities, and military doctrines behind them, yet both represent the pinnacle of next-generation air combat potential. As tensions rise globally and major powers expand their aerial capabilities, the question grows sharper than ever. Which of these two machines truly dominates the future of warfare? Throughout this video, we will break down their technologies, combat roles, strategic uses, and real-world performance. Every paragraph will stay short, crisp, and focused, giving you a deep yet easy to understand 3,000-word exploration of these cutting-edge jets. The F-35I Adir is not just another variant of the F-35 family. It is Israel's fully customized version, adapted to local needs, battlefield realities, and advanced electronic warfare environments. The Adir represents a combination of American stealth engineering and Israeli combat experience. On the other hand, the Su-57 is Russia's bold step toward fifth-generation air dominance. While its development was slower and more challenging, Russia claims the Su-57 brings unmatched maneuverability and unique mission flexibility. So when these two step into the same battle space, we must ask, who will shape the skies of tomorrow? The first thing to consider is stealth. Stealth decides who sees who first, and in air combat, the one who sees first usually wins. The F-35I is built upon one of the most advanced stealth profiles ever created. Its shape, materials, and internal layout are designed to minimize radar cross-section. Israel further enhances this stealth with localized electronic warfare tools. The Su-57, in comparison, follows a different approach. Russia designed it with partial stealth but prioritized aerodynamics and agility. Its airframe has many low observable features, but it is not as radar invisible as the Adir. In a head-to-head long-range scenario, the F-35I is far harder to detect and far more likely to detect the Su-57 first. Another major factor is sensor power. The F-35I has one of the most sophisticated distributed sensing systems in the world. It can collect data from multiple angles using built-in cameras, infrared systems, and radar arrays, then fuse all this information into a single picture. Pilots describe it as seeing everything without turning your head. Israel enhances this further by installing its own electronic warfare suite, giving the Adir a unique advantage in jamming and battlefield awareness. The Su-57 also brings strong sensor capabilities, especially its infrared search and track system, which can detect heat signatures at significant distances. However, the level of integration and sensor fusion does not match the F-35's highly advanced network-centric design. Now let's talk about agility and dogfighting. The Su-57 is designed to dominate close-range engagements. Russia built it with thrust, vectoring engines, large control surfaces, and high maneuverability. It can perform extreme angles of attack and move in ways that very few jets in the world can replicate. In pure dogfighting terms, the Su-57 is the more acrobatic aircraft. The F-35I, however, wasn't designed to win air battles through gymnastics. Its philosophy is don't get into a dogfight unless you must. Its stealth and sensors aim to destroy threats long before close combat becomes necessary. Still, the F-35I is far from weak. Its high-tech helmet system, precision missiles, and advanced flight controls give it surprising dogfight capability, though not on the same physical agility level as the Su-57. When it comes to weapons, both aircraft carry modern missiles, guided bombs, and air-to-air capabilities. The F-35I focuses on internal weapons for stealth missions. It can carry the AIM-120 AMRAAM for long-range engagements and the AIM-9X for short-range encounters, along with precision strike weapons. Israel also integrates its own missiles and smart bombs. The Su-57 carries a wider variety of Russian-made weapons, including the R-77 and R-37 long-range missiles. Russia claims the Su-57 can carry hypersonic weapons, and if that capability becomes fully operational, it will add a dangerous dimension to its combat range. However, carrying many of these weapons externally ruins stealth, forcing a trade-off between firepower and low radar signature. Another key aspect is electronic warfare, which is becoming just as important as weapons. The F-35I is considered one of the most advanced EW platforms in the world. Israel's domestic modifications add layers of digital warfare that allow the Adir to jam radars, disrupt enemy communications, and protect itself while still engaging multiple targets. The Su-57 also features strong EW capabilities, but Russia's systems, while powerful, are not as fully integrated or networked as Israel's and America's systems. In the future battlefield, where drones, missiles, and cyber tools operate together, electronic warfare may decide victory more than pure speed or thrust. Now let's talk about real-world combat experience. The F-35I has already flown operational missions. Israel has used it in real strike operations, intelligence, gathering flights, and stealth penetration missions. This gives Israel a unique advantage, actual battlefield data. When a fifth-generation jet gains experience in combat, its performance and tactics improve dramatically. The Su-57, meanwhile, has been deployed in limited roles in conflict zones, but Russia has not used it in high-risk missions that fully test its stealth and combat systems. This means the Su-57 lacks the large-scale real-world data that the F-35I has already collected. The future of warfare is not just about who has the better jet, but who builds a stronger digital ecosystem. The F-35I is part of a massive information network. It connects to ground systems, satellites, drones, and other aircraft. This creates a shared battlefield picture where every friendly unit benefits from the F-35I sensors. Israel enhances this with its own command and control systems, making the Adir even more effective in coordinated operations. The Su-57 aims to operate in a similar network, but Russia's digital infrastructure is less advanced compared to the tight integration seen in the F-35 ecosystem. Another factor shaping the future is production scale and reliability. The F-35 platform has hundreds of units flying worldwide. This creates a huge support network, spare parts availability, long-term upgrades, and continuous improvements. Israel receives constant updates and can customize its fleet further. The Su-57, in contrast, is still being produced in limited numbers. Expanding the fleet and improving reliability will take time. Future warfare favors platforms that can be mass-produced, easily upgraded, and consistently supported over decades. Looking at maintenance and long-term sustainability, the F-35I benefits from global supply chains and continuous software upgrades. The aircraft is designed to evolve with new weapons, new electronics, and improved stealth coding. The Su-57, while advanced, faces more challenges in terms of long-term maintenance, economic strain, and production complexity. The more complex the jet, the more support it requires. Israel's strategic position ensures that its F-35I fleet remains at peak readiness, while Russia faces more logistical limitations. Now let's consider strategic doctrine. Israel's military doctrine emphasizes preemptive strikes, rapid precision attacks, and staying several steps ahead of threats. The F-35I fits perfectly into this doctrine. It is a stealthy assassin designed to enter hostile territory, strike critical targets, and return before the enemy even realizes what happened. Russia's doctrine revolves around air superiority through power projection, area deterrence, and dominance through overwhelming force. The Su-57 is intended to be Russia's symbol of future air power, combining stealth with maneuverability to challenge Western jets. A major difference lies in how each jet approaches survivability. The F-35I prioritizes staying unseen. Its entire strategy is stealth, first engagement, The Su-57 prioritizes surviving through maneuverability and advanced countermeasures. It wants to fight and win even if detected. These two approaches represent two philosophies: avoid the fight entirely or dominate the fight when it happens. Now let's dive deeper into the pilot interface. The F-35I is often described as a flying computer. Its cockpit is simple, automated, and displays only essential information in an easy-to-digest format. The helmet-mounted display replaces traditional instruments, giving pilots a 360-degree view and advanced tracking abilities. The Su-57 cockpit is more traditional but still modern. It offers powerful displays and controls, but requires more manual input from pilots. The difference matters because future warfare favors faster decision-making, and the F-35I's interface is built for that. Next, we look at mission flexibility. The F-35I is a multi-role aircraft capable of switching between air combat, ground strike, intelligence gathering, and electronic warfare with minimal adjustments. Israel uses it as a silent hunter, a precision bomber, and an intelligence collector all in one. The Su-57 also aims to be multi-role, but its primary strengths lie in air superiority and high-speed maneuver-based missions. Russia claims the Su-57 will eventually take on all mission types, but many of those upgrades are still in progress. As we move toward drone-heavy warfare, the F-35I again shows a major advantage. It is already being trained to act as a command aircraft that controls drone swarms. This means the F-35I of the future will not be a lone fighter. It will be the brain controlling unmanned allies in combat. The Su-57 is also planned to work with drones like the S-70 Adir, but that system is still under testing and far from full integration. Another important angle is cost and sustainability. The F-35 program has become more cost-efficient over time because so many countries use it. The Su-57 remains expensive to build and maintain, and Russia must balance its budget across multiple military priorities. Cost affects how many jets can be produced, how many can be upgraded, and how long the program can survive. Now let's consider long-range combat. Beyond visual, range engagements define modern air superiority. With its stealth profile, advanced radar, and network targeting, the F-35I holds an advantage in detecting and striking first. The Su-57, with its powerful radar and long-range missiles, is also dangerous, but detection remains the critical weakness. If the Su-57 cannot see the F-35I soon enough, its long-range missiles are less effective. Close-range combat is where the Su-57 becomes extremely dangerous. Its ability to maneuver at extreme angles, dodge missiles, and position itself effectively makes it one of the most capable dogfighters on Earth. The F-35I can defend itself well, but it is not built to match the Su-57's extreme agility. This creates an interesting balance. Long-range combat favors the Adir, while close-range combat favors the Felon. Another consideration is global impact. The F-35 family is shaping the air forces of many countries. This creates a shared standard of air dominance. The Su-57, due to limited production and export restrictions, has a much smaller global footprint. Influence matters in long-term warfare evolution. When we examine industrial backing, the F-35I benefits from the full strength of America's aerospace industry, combined with Israel's technological innovations. The Su-57 relies heavily on Russia's domestic industry, which faces more economic challenges and international sanctions. Technology growth depends on resources, and the scale behind the F-35 program is massive. Another major factor is upgrade potential. The F-35I receives constant software updates, hardware improvements, and planned upgrades through the 2040s. The Su-57 will also improve, but the pace and scope of upgrades depend on Russia's budget and industrial capacity. The future belongs to platforms that evolve quickly, and the F-35 ecosystem evolves faster. As we look at which aircraft is more predictable in real warfare, the F-35I again takes the lead. It has flown combat missions, integrated with allies, and proven its stealth advantage repeatedly. The Su-57 has technical potential, but without extensive combat testing, uncertainty remains. Now, when imagining a hypothetical face-off, many scenarios emerge. In long-range stealth engagements, the F-35I will likely detect and target the Su-57 before being detected. In close combat, the Su-57's powerful engines, thrust vectoring, and agility could give it the upper hand, but modern air battles rarely begin with dogfights. They start with sensors, stealth, and long-range missiles. This leans the future advantage toward the F-35I, yet it is essential to note that both jets represent their country's philosophies. The Adir is a silent precision hunter built for strategic strikes and intelligence missions. The Felon is a fast, aggressive air superiority machine built for dominance through maneuver and power. Each is lethal in its own way. As the world moves toward hybrid warfare, involving drones, cyber tools, satellites, and electronic warfare, the F-35I's integration advantage becomes increasingly important. Warfare is no longer about one aircraft fighting another. It is about which ecosystem supports the aircraft, and in that sense, the F-35I stands in a larger and more advanced network. Though the Su-57 has groundbreaking maneuverability and significant potential, it still needs time, upgrades, and wider production to reach its full promise. The F-35I already operates at full capability and continues to grow stronger. In the end, if we ask which jet dominates the future of warfare, the answer depends on mission type. For stealth penetration, electronic warfare, networked operations, and precision strikes, the F-35I stands as the dominant force. For extreme maneuver, high-speed dogfighting, and aggressive air superiority, the Su-57 holds the edge. But the future of warfare favors information, sensors, stealth, and networks more than pure agility. This leans the long-term advantage toward the F-35I, especially in real combat environments. Still, the Su-57 is not to be underestimated. It is a powerful symbol of Russia's future air ambitions, and if its production expands and its systems mature, it could become a formidable competitor in future decades. Both aircraft represent the cutting edge of their nation's military visions. Both push the boundaries of aerospace technology, and both shape the next era of air combat in different ways. The final judgment depends not only on their performance today, but on how they continue to evolve in the next 10 to 20 years. What remains clear is that the skies of the future will be shaped by stealth, electronic warfare, artificial intelligence integration, and network power. In that battlefield, the F-35I Adir stands strongly prepared. The Su-57 Felon stands ready as a bold challenger. And with that, our deep dive comparison reaches its conclusion. If you enjoyed this long, detailed analysis and want more videos like this, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you again in the next video.